What's up, friends? I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Back at it, episode number 4. So we were just talking about workout splits, and I was telling you that I wouldn't recommend a 6-day split because you're probably going to get burned out. So what I mean is 6 days is a lot, and when you first start working out, you're going to get incredibly sore. If you don't, you could probably work a little bit harder, because as an untrained individual, someone who doesn't work out regularly, you can expect that this is going to be hard, and it's going to be new, and it's going to exhaust the muscles in ways they haven't been exhausted before. So 6 days is probably going to be too much. Unless you're doing real short workouts, like I said previously. When I first came into the gym, my friend that was teaching me, he noticed that I didn't cringe much. I didn't show emotion when I was doing the set. So he didn't know how hard I was actually working and if I was actually working that hard. So he wanted me to show some emotion. He wanted to see me cringe. He wanted to see me, let out a little shriek, or, he wanted to see it in my face that I was working. So he just kept pushing me on these bicep curl machine. And he pushed me close to failure. That was a good lesson for me then. But as a beginner, I wouldn't prioritize going to failure, because what happened was the next day I woke up and my arm just like locked in like this motion. Like I can't even extend it out because I worked that bicep so hard it's tightened up. And then the same thing when we went to work triceps. The arm was locked out the next morning, and I couldn't even bring it up to wash my face. That's how locked out it was. Both days until I stretched them out. Once I got them stretched out good, they were fine. But that's a little bit of overkill, but it did kind of teach me a thing or two. So then, thinking back to the last video, I mentioned on there that, talking about your motives of what you're coming in for. If you're coming in for weight loss, that you would be doing mostly cardio. Guys, forget that I even said that. That was a terrible thing to say. That's what most people believe. But what I am here to tell you is that if you're coming in for weight loss, you can work out, for hypertrophy and for bodybuilding just like me. Male or female, you can work out for bodybuilding, and I think that's what most people do, whether they know it or not. Most people are in there to improve the look of their body. That is bodybuilding. So if you're coming in for weight loss, you need to just hop on a program and, split, like I'm telling you. Find out what works for you and just start working the muscles. That's gonna contribute to weight loss. And then mostly weight loss is going to come from diet, and we're going to get to that later on. But I just wanted to clarify that, if you're here for weight loss, don't run off. You got a lot left to learn, and I don't want you just doing cardio. It doesn't make much sense. So then the other thing, I was talking about push-pull legs as a 3-day split. That's also a 6-day split if you're trying to work everything twice. That's what a lot of people do. They'll do push-pull legs first 3 days, then skip a day, push-pull legs 4 or 5, or the 5th, 6th, and 7th day of the week. But what I'm getting at is legs. You need to work them. You've got to work them. Guy who was very influential on me always said, you can't build a tree without the trunk. So your legs are the trunk. And I was just thinking about soreness and legs. Man, legs get very sore, And I was thinking, I believe that's why a lot of people don't like working them. It's because they get so sore when you work them. And I think that is because when they do get sore, that following day, you're on your legs. Your legs carry you around. So every time you sit down, maybe your butt hurts because your butt's sore because it's, works with your legs. You sit down on a commode, it hurts. Then when you get up out of the chair, when you get up off the commode, it hurts. And then you walk around to do whatever you're going to do that day, it hurts. So I think that's why a lot of people don't do it. And for the fact that it's not quite as exciting, you'll find that. I think for most people that's true, that working legs isn't quite as exciting as working your upper body. And it takes a lot longer to see results. And I think at the end of the day, most people are more concerned about how their upper body looks than their lower body. So when you're formulating this split, remember to prioritize your legs. It is very important. I've also been told many times that working legs releases testosterone. Testosterone is what's going to help you build muscle if you have a high testosterone level. So you wouldn't want to leave those free gains on the table by not working legs. I'm a men's physique athlete, which is a category that is judged singly on the upper body. They kind of take legs into consideration, but not really, because you're wearing board shorts, like male swim trunks. And I still prioritize legs because I want the testosterone. And now that I've worked legs long enough and hard enough and eaten right, I can actually see growth in legs and cuts in my legs and size in my legs. And I'll tell you, when you see your arm growing, it's pretty cool. But when you see your leg growing, it's freaking awesome.